After almost 16 years, we finally got a sequel to one of the greatest Dragon Ball games of all time. Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4 is on the way, and I am ready, man. I am ready as I'll ever be. Listen, I grew up with it as a kid, playing it on the PS2. My personal favorite was Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and then I moved on to Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2, which is also one of my personal favorites, you know, due to like nostalgia and all that. But what can we expect from the game? What can we hope for the game? What can the game do so that it's great? So that's just not just a good game, but it's a great game. That's what I'm here to discuss. I know I don't make much videos like this, just talking, but I really wanted to make a video on this because you know, besides Sonic, Zelda, all that, Dragon Ball is one of those core things that was part of my childhood and like grew up with me. So you know, I have to make a video on this. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and don't forget to comment like always. Tell me what you think. Are you hyped for the game? Are you not so hyped for the game? And what do you want them to add to the game? Without further ado, let's just get right into it. I'm not even going to cut away. First thing that I want from them, customizable characters. Now don't get it twisted. I'm not saying I want custom characters like in Xenoverse. You leave all those OC stuff over there. What I want is for you to be able to customize your character. Like for example, let's say you have like Goku.
Hey, it's me, Goku.
I want you to be able to change his fit. Like maybe he wear like in the Yard Rat fit, and you can also change his moveset. Because I remember back in Raging Blast 2, you were able to change his fit and his moveset, and you can give him like the Spirit Bomb from the Blue Saga, where he's like see ya, like that type of shit. Yeah. I feel like that would just add more variety to you know, characters and character customizations, because like if you just have like one character with like the same moveset, you know, eventually it's gonna get boring playing that same character. Next up, I don't think we need a story mode for this game, and the reason for this is because one, I want them to focus on actually making the gameplay good. Like I feel like if they made a story mode for this game, then the focus would be taken away from actually making the game fun to play and working on all those extra characters and stages that they need to make so that the game can like come out, you know what I'm saying? And two, we already have a game for that. We have Dragon Ball Z Kakarot that basically it covers the entirety of the Dragon Ball series. It covers some of the filler. It has DLC that covers the Battle of Gods. It covers Frieza or Resurrection F. It covers the Bardock Saga. It covers the Trunks story. So I don't have a reason to see why we even need like a story mode for this game. And you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's a whole separate game. Yeah, but that whole separate game tells the story like basically one-to-one with the anime. So I feel like adding a story mode to this game where we have a dedicated game for the story is just pointless, and it takes away time from developing the actual, you know, characters, the stages, and the gameplay to make it fun. And I feel like that's what they're trying to do with Z, like Kakarot. Just make a game that's specifically for the story, so that they don't really have to make a story anymore for the games. So yeah, another thing that I feel like is kind of necessary is that we need every character from OG Dragon Ball Z, like everything from OG Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Superhero. And the reason I'm saying this is because Dragon Ball Tenkaichi 3 had 161 characters. They added that extra one in there just to be like, yeah, 161 bitches. They didn't have to do that, but now there's an extra added pressure to add. They either have to match that character number or exceed it. Because think about it, all they have to do is add the characters they had in DBZ Budokai Tenkaichi 3 and add all the ones they made. Like for example, some instant locks for me is Beerus, possibly Whis, Champa. We can add Kaba, Hit, Jiren, Kefla, Kale, Caulifla. We can even add variations. We can have Gogeta from Fusion Reborn and Gogeta from the Broly movie, or they can make it one character. I don't know, but I feel like if they have less characters than in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, then that's already like not good. Because, well, obviously I know with gaming, I made a whole video on this. You can go check it out right here. On I put a link right there in the top right corner. I made a whole video about modern gaming and how it's like basically commonplace now that content will be added later on just because, like, you know, to expand the life cycle of a game, which I understand. They'll be adding characters throughout, but the launch, at the very least, I feel like the launch roster should equal the amount they had in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. If it's not, then whatever. I guess they'll make it equal whatever. But I feel like this is necessary. Also, kind of adding on, stages. I feel like stages should also be like a big variety. People kind of overlook stages, but people have to remember, in the Budokai series, in the Raging Blast series, stages were destructible. You can like knock some dude into a rock and that knock will tumble over. But now we're in a new generation of like technology, right? We can enhance how that destructibility is. Like for example, you can like, let's say this is like my dream scenario. Let's say you're in the like the everyone's favorite likes to play the World Tournament Arena, right? It's like a flat stage that, you know, the World Tournament Arena, right? It's the regular stadium. What if you knock someone into the stadium, like the seats, knock them off out of the walls, and then the fight takes place outside of the stadium? That would add so much more character to the stage, and it wouldn't even like be that bad because they already have the backgrounds for the game. Just to make the background a bit more playable, and it would be like 2 stages in one. Like, it's kind of like what they do with Fighter Z. If you like finish a character and like you launch them, it would change the stage. I kind of want that, but like it would be like seamless, like no like transition. It would just be the same stage, but it would be expanded. So I feel like that would just add more character to the like stages itself. So that's my take on the characters. Now, one thing that is like not even a suggestion, it has to be like essential, it has to be a requirement. Good online, because when we're playing Dragon Ball, it's a fighting game, right? Regardless of if you're playing this game or that game, it's a fighting game, and that means the entire time you're playing it, half the time you're either playing it local with your friends, with NPCs, or majority of the time you're playing with people online. And if the online for this game is bad, that's gonna get rid of like half the playability of the game, because no one's gonna want to play online because the internet and netcode is gonna be garbage. But I'm pretty confident because we were getting rollback netcode with Fighter Z. I feel like the internet's gonna be fine. I feel like that's just a necessity that they understand, that they know that if the internet's bad, it's gonna kill the game. And I think this is the most important one, the last part of it. They have to keep the core of what makes Budokai Tenkaichi, right? You know, you have a whole variety of Dragon Ball games. You have Fighter Z, which is a more traditional, like, professional fighting game. We have Xenoverse 2, which is like kind of like an RPG type game. But the thing is, what makes Budokai Tenkaichi and kind of like what makes Raging Blast so special is that it's trying to translate the games from the TV show in the best way possible. Like, you have these over-the-top transformations mid-match. You can take Goku and go Super Saiyan 3 mid-match. You don't even have to go Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, straight to 3, like that. And like, it just adds to the spectacle. You have Goku, he can do the Spirit Bomb, and it can destroy like a big hole in the like a crater in the map. You can destroy, like, I remember in Raging Blast 2, you can, in the Cell Games arena, you can destroy the entire Cell Game arena. The whole stage, it could be like reduced to rubble, right? And that was like, oh my, and I don't even have, bro, do I have to mention the clashes, like the flurry clashes where you like fight some dude, you have to mash a button, or the beam struggles, bro. That was like my favorite part of Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi and Raging Blast, the beam struggles. I probably booked like 5 controllers, just like me and my brother would just go ham. Just like, that was my favorite part of the game. We would stop the fight, like, yo, let's do a beam struggle, and we would do it, and it was, oh, I love beam struggles, man. But I feel like if they try to make it balanced, like a fighting game, then it kind of like makes the game not so fun. I feel like in order to make it Budokai Tenkaichi and keep the soul of what makes it Budokai Tenkaichi, they have to keep it over the top. Forget about balance. Forget about like anything that makes sense. It's Dragon Ball. Nothing's supposed to make sense. It's about guys who fight and they're really powerful. They can destroy universes if they want to. So I feel like they have to kind of like, you know, toss aside balance for this game and keep the soul of Budokai Tenkaichi. So yeah, that is what I think should be made and should be done to make Budokai Tenkaichi 4 great. If y'all agreed, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment. Like, once again, this video is kind of just to hold you guys over, because I'm uploading this today, but I'm still not gonna deny you of that big effort video. Obviously, this video is gonna have more effort into it. I don't really usually do videos like this. I just had to talk about it. Dragon Ball grew up with me, so, and I grew up with it, so I have to, like, you know, make a video on this. Also, I'm just really excited. So until next time, I'll see y'all out in a bit. Take care. Peace.